Hi friends, it's Becky, and it's time for me to unbox and show you the Beads to Live By curated collections for September 2024. And as you can tell already, just from this little view, we have a very fall, pumpkin spiced, spooky season themed box. One of my favorite things about these subscriptions is that I don't have to pick out the colors. I don't have to go online and compare my screen with something that I'm holding in my hand to pick out these colors. Everything is curated to go together. And there are two bead subscriptions that are monthly. One is the seed bead subscription, where you get 8 selections of seed beads, 2 in each of 4 sizes. And then you also get 5 selections of the 2-hole bead subscription. And the 2-hole beads, sometimes they'll be the same as the last month, sometimes they'll be something new. There's actually a couple callbacks from previous ones. There's a brand new one for this subscription in this box, and so we'll take a look at those in more detail in just a minute. But I love getting a box that has like all of these beads already picked out, and I already know they're going to go together. And you know, sometimes there's some variety, and you get some really fun beads that are cool to play with, and I just love having these. So I'll pull out the my little tray that I sort them into so we can get a closer look. But I also wanted to point out that in addition to the 2 subscriptions, because I subscribe to both of these, there's also an add-on bundle that you can get, which is, there are 2 add-on bundles. One is the Fire Polish add-on bundle that is, again, curated to go with that subscription. And these are just 4 of the beads from that. I did not get the whole selection sent to me, but look how shiny these are. This one looks like it's like a copper maria or something like that. And this one's like black with all of that. But you've got different sizes of the, different sizes, different coatings, different colors, but they all are meant to go with everything else. And then you've got these shaped check glass beads. They're the check glass bundles. And they are an additional purchase. But then you can get some of these, and you'll find some interesting or some very individual types of beads. Like you've got some of these tornado, or is it hurricane beads? I forget what they are, but they have that twisty bits on them. These like zebra stripe square beads. Some of these, I call these brain beads in my head, because even though they're like button print coin beads, they look like brains to me, so that's appropriate for spooky season, I think. And then these ones, these are some large 2-hole check glass, what are they called? The things. Pyramid beads. So let me move these bundle beads out of the way, and let's take a look at all of these beads in all of their glory. A little bit closer. So I've got them all in my little dish. This is just a paint palette that I hadn't filled with any watercolor paint yet. And so we can get up close and take a closer look at each of these beads. So the first ones are, again, these come in 4 different sizes, and the first size that I'm going to show you here are the 15-ohs. We have these opaque orange colored ones. These are definitely like candy corn orange. They're definitely pumpkin spice. And then we've got the moody autumn sky colors over here. We've got this light blue matte AB finish 15-oh bead. Then we've got our 11-oh beads. So we've got here, it looks like we've got a silver lined orange, and then we've got a silver lined matte taupe bead. And I love this as a neutral to add into all of these others. It's one that I think we've had before. These are 11-ohs. Every time I see it, it makes me think of like tarantula legs, which is fantastic for me, because it's that's the vibe that I always get when I get it, which is perfect, again, for spooky season. And then we've got some 8-oh seed beads. That's these ones right here. We have a gold seed bead that is going to give us a nice metallic to add into our designs. And then we've got a semi-opaque, but not really semi-opaque, blue silverline bead over here. And these are the 8/0 seed beads. And then we've got our big old chunkin' 6/0 seed beads. And we've got like a black Picasso finish on this one. And then this one is a silver line bead. And the color of glass on this makes me think of cream soda. Like that's the color of cream soda, or the color of caramel on caramel apples. Something like that. I'm going to think of these as caramel apple beads in my head when I'm making with them. And then these are 3 of the 2-hole beads. I'll hold up the other 2-hole beads in a minute. But we've got some of these mini chevrons, and the mini chevrons have 2 holes in them going on each end of the bead. You've got ginkgos, and they have this really fun shape, and the holes go in there and then come out the rounded edge on the other side. And then we've got some nib bit beads, and these are new for this subscription, and they are these like pie-shaped guys that are all angles but rounded edges, and they have holes that go through the sides of the pie slice. So that's the 2-hole beads. Not all of them though. We also have some black gold splash 2-hole lentil beads, and these are really fun. This used to be one of the ones we always used to get last year, but then we changed up the types that we're getting, so it's great to have this callback because they're really fun and useful kind of spacer or filler beads, or you can even do some really fun things with these lentil beads too. I did a some earrings where you can do a herringbone with the lentil beads. I'll post a link to that video in the description below, but I also used some 2-hole daggers in those earrings, so you'd have to come up with something different for a drop on the end of them. And then we've got some checked tile beads, and it looks like this one is an opaque orange with kind of a goldy finish on it. It feels like metallic orange. But this is just a square that has 2 holes that run parallel to the sides. Alright, so let's get all of our guys out here for one last look. We have our 15/0 seed beads and the 15/0s. This was full. I put them in here, so when I put them back in here, this will be full again. And they're these 2.5-inch tubes. And then for all of the seed beads, they come in 10-gram bags of seed beads. Whether it's the 11/0s, the 8/0s, or the 15/0s. For that, and then we get these little clamshells for some of the 2-hole beads, and then strands for some of the other 2-hole beads. And the check glass add-on beads usually come in strands. I actually was given these in return for creating content for the bundles. The subscriptions I pay for out of my pocket because I like to support my beading friends. But yeah, so I got part of that in order to be able to make some more things with you guys. This is one of my favorite subscriptions. I love Cassandra's taste in colors and picking things out, and she'll pick out things that I might not pick out for myself. Like, I usually stay away from oranges, but these are fantastic oranges that are going to go really well with all of these other colors, and especially if I'm starting to plan like some Halloween types of jewelry to have the orange and the black with it. It's absolutely perfect. It's seasonally appropriate. But I really enjoy having these, and I hope that you'll check out Beads to Live By and their subscriptions. Again, it's absolutely so much fun to get these and to have some really fun challenges to my creativity. I'm going to put a link to Beads to Live By and their curated collections in the description below. You can purchase the beads that are in the bundle. If there are extras, they'll be put up in the Beads to Live By shop and will be available for purchase. The add-on bundle, you don't have to be a subscriber to purchase those either. It's like if you really, really absolutely have to have some of these and the other check glass beads, you can purchase those without even being a subscriber. But it is a fantastic, fantastic way to stretch my wings every single month with some new subscriptions. And I hope that you will join me with that. Anyway, I am going to go now and start putting these into the photo box that I usually keep these in so that I can keep them organized on my shelf. And I will talk with you later. Happy beading!